The Reggae Girlz will battle hosts Mexico in Group A of the final round of CONCACAF Women's World Cup qualifiers later on Monday. The aim is to grab one of the top 2 spots from the 8-team tournament, which guarantees qualification for the 2023 FIFA World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Let's hear from the head coach, Lorne Donaldson.
We're ready to go. You know, the only struggle we have is, I don't know if it's the food or the water or something, just a little sickness that some of the girls have had. But, you know, everybody's out here today, so hopefully we're getting over that kind of stuff, so we don't lose anybody. The other problem we have was visa problem. Still, you know, this has been going on for a while. I was thinking that Jade and Satara, they've been doing this for a while. This should have been cleared up a long time ago. Satara has her passport, but we got to get final word on Monday morning. I don't think Jade is going to make it in because, you know, they haven't completed their paperwork yet. But this has been sitting around forever, and it's taken forever. You know, we thought this would have been done and cleared up a long time ago. But back to football, you know, obviously we play Mexico, and that's the home team. It's going to be lots of fans in the stadium. They're going to be all, we know what to expect. And hopefully the preparation we have had can nullify some of their strengths, and then we can just impose our strength upon them. So, but it's gonna be a difficult game. So we have to go grind and battle through these games, and hopefully the result fall in our favor.
The USA and Haiti are the other Group A teams. Group B has Canada, Costa Rica, Panama, and Trinidad and Tobago. So, Leighton, it's an acid test in front of the in front of the Reggae Girlz.
Yep.
Not too long from now. How do you think they'll fare against the Mexicans?
Well, here's the thing that I don't know. I mean, we saw this team play under Vin Blaine, and then in the interim, they had a change of coach, which means I think they go back to their 4-3-3, the way they used to play under Menzies, because I think Donaldson and Menzies probably have a similar philosophy of how they play their 4-3-3 formation. So if they're able to play compact like we saw them do in the previous round, I think there's an opportunity against Mexico. Jamaica has lost their last 3 games against Mexico. And the scores are 3-1, 2-0, 1-0, which suggests on paper that Jamaica is probably getting closer to the idea that they can actually defeat Mexico. And given the quality that we see in the squad, I think it will come down to who Jamaica uses in their midfield, because I think that's going to be crucial. And because I think we have enough firepower up front. I mean, Trudy Carter, Jody Brown, and of course Khadija Shaw, I think are as good as anything that you'll find anywhere in the region. The thing is, can they stop Stephanie Mayor, who scored 15 goals so far, and then be able to control the game from midfield? My concern is that the absence of Marla Sweatman, who played really well in the last round, was not selected. I spoke to her earlier today, and she said that she was told that it was evaluation, meaning that they didn't think she probably was a good fit for the squad as it is. But I did think what we saw from her in the previous round suggested that she controlled the tempo and she was able to control the spacing in the midfield that gave Jamaica the advantage against all their opponents. This time, I don't know who's going to play that number 6 that will give Jamaica that kind of control. So if they can find a player, Drew Spence from Chelsea perhaps is an option. But if they can't find a player who can control the spacing and, of course, the passing, the tempo through midfield, I think Jamaica has an opportunity.
What about the lack of match practice? Because the Mexicans head into the game as a more finely tuned unit than the Reggae Girlz. Or Absolutely. Is it that the fact of the Reggae Girlz being together for a couple of weeks now negate some of the fallout or the disadvantage of not having practice games?
I think that will be a big factor. I think Chinelu Asher and Havana Salon spoke to that in an interview I read earlier today, I think it was yesterday, where they said that the camp was good in Colorado, and of course at altitude helped them to prepare for Mexico, because they know that they're going to have that issue in Mexico, where they were working on their strengths and trying to improve their weaknesses. I think the lack of match practice is going to be key, and I think that we'll probably see this team struggle in the first 15 to 20 minutes. But I think their familiarity of this team, because remember, many members of this team have been playing together since leading up to the 2019 World Cup and beyond. So I think once they get into the flow of the game, I think they'll be able to hold their own, but I think the lack of match practice could be a big issue because they haven't played for such a long time together. It will take them some time to get back into the flow of things.
Do you anticipate that, okay, let me give you two scenarios. What will, of course, the ideal would be a win against Mexico, yeah, or a point, fine. But what if they lose to the Mexicans, play badly and lose? And the other scenario, what if they play well and lose? Do you think the fact of the loss will have a negative impact on the campaign? Or if they are to lose, the manner of the defeat will determine if they can pick themselves up?
I think you're right. I think if they play well and lose, I think, look, it's a tough group because the USA, the best team in the world, is also in that group. But I do believe that if they play well against Mexico and lose, it could still inspire them to play well against the United States and Haiti. I think they have a chance against Haiti. No chance against the US, to be realistic. But I think what we're seeing with this team is a team. Remember, a lot of these girls who played in the 2019 World Cup have subsequently gone on to play in higher quality leagues across the world. So I think that will benefit them overall. So in fact, I'm actually thinking that they can actually win that match tonight against Mexico, notwithstanding the shortfalls of not having game practice and everything. I think the quality, individual quality. Tierney Wilshire, for example, the right back who came in for Dominic in the last round of competition, I think her play along the flanks and connecting with the midfield, I think gives us a better advantage against teams that like to press, because she's good on the ball and she can actually break down defenses and break down lines with her play. So I think we have a good shot. I keep saying we, but Jamaica has a good shot against Mexico tonight, primarily because of the individual quality of the players that we know that Jamaica now has. So if they play well and lose, I think they still have an opportunity to finish third, because the third place team then goes into a 10-team playoff, which I think will give them another opportunity to qualify.
All right. Let's see what happens later in Monterrey, Mexico, where the game will be played. Still to come, Rovman Powell, adamant he's much more than a slugger after impressive half-century in West Indies' T20 win against Bangladesh in Dominica on Sunday. And a bumpy road for the classy filly Atomica, as the bad boy Blue Vinyl proved too strong in the 96th running of the St. Ledger in Jamaica. We'll look back at the contest. And next, we discuss Ronaldo's request to leave Manchester United, plus the Old Trafford club's move to sign Christian Eriksen on a free transfer from Brentford.
Thank you for watching SportsMax on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay informed.